Alright guys, so we're going to see if we can get this bad boy running. Went by the store, picked up some 20W50 because that's what the manual said run for it. I'll run it for this weekend and then change the oil, but it's high in zinc, push rod and flat tappet engines. So I'm going to put that in, run it. I set the valve lashing to 0.003. Let's get the oil in it and let's see if this joker starts back up. If you have any recommendations for a funnel for these motors, specifically a Amazon link, please drop it. Pretty please and thank you. But I'm gonna try to not make a big mess. This motor needs about half a quart, so let's see if we can get about half a quart in here, and hopefully this gasket does not leak. So I don't know what this is about to look like. I don't know how much of a mess, or if I'm just making this way harder than what it needs to be, but I have to figure this out. All right, and that should be roughly half a quart of oil. Hell, when I got the motor, it had no oil in it. It's actually saying that it needs some more oil, but I'll rock with it like this for now until it runs for a little bit, and then I'll put some more oil in it. So let's get the gas tank on here with the little gas line, and let's see if this joker starts. Maybe. Hopefully it starts. Let's put the gas tank and some fuel line on this bad boy. It's a lot of unknowns. Alright, so let's move this to the floor. Alright, I guess that's choke, maybe. I don't know. Let's see if it starts. Might not be enough gas in the tank. No, it definitely ain't. Let's try this again. Saw the first start of the motor. I don't know what the problem was. I pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled for about 6.5 minutes. I pulled the spark plug out, put it back in. Next pull, fired right up. So I don't know what the issue was with the motor, but it runs now. One thing that I forgot to do is I forgot to put a bolt where the governor came out of. Take this bolt, which is a 1/4 inch bolt, cut it down to about 1/2 inch, and then just kind of let it self thread down in there, and then take some JB Weld or JB Quick or plumber's putty or whatever, and just kind of goop it around there. The next thing is that I have a little oil leak coming from around this bolt, so I just have to keep a check on the oil and stuff, of course, before I go ride to make sure I got enough oil. So it's coming from around there somewhere, so I don't know if the block is warped or whatever, but I did turn that bolt about another quarter turn or so, and it's still leaking, like just from that one spot. So I just have to just carry my oil with me and just put some in it before I start riding. Like I said, I don't plan on this motor lasting for a long time, but if it does, that's cool. If it doesn't, I didn't expect it to. I didn't expect it to run when I got it. So, but other than that, tomorrow it should be going back in the frame, and then just kind of start tugging away and getting it back together. See y'all in a little bit when I throw the bike on the motor. Peace. Alright, so an issue is that the holes are not lining up with the torque converter on. So I'm probably gonna have to raise the motor to get the holes to line up to get the torque converter in the frame, because right now the torque converter is not lining up. So the back of the converter was hitting that, well, it was hitting that bracket, but I cut it off. And then I need to find out how thick or how tall that wood is, and I'm gonna need to get some spacers. I need to figure out how long of a bolts that I need, because it needs to, the motor needs to be, oh, that's gonna hit the frame, but the motor needs to be that high so that the torque converter sits over top of the frame. And I may go with a little bit shorter spacer and maybe notch the bottom of the torque converter housing or whatever it is. That way the pipe won't be rubbing on the body. Or maybe I'll take a piece of rubber or something and put it in between there. But yeah, I'm gonna need to get some spacers, the thickness of that wood, and it looks like the chain is gonna line up, and we are going to go from there tomorrow because it is 10:46 and everything is closed. So I guess tomorrow I'll get the spacers, I'll get the bolts, and then we'll see then if I need a chain. If I need a chain, I can go to this local place and get a chain. But that'll be Friday. So tomorrow I'll get the motor bolted in, see if I have enough adjustment in the motor and the back wheel to get the chain on, and if not, I'll go ahead and start getting the gas tank, and all that stuff mocked up. So let's see how this all plays out. So when we come back, I should have some spacers, some longer bolts, getting this bad boy mounted up, not sitting on wood.